Morning Mumbo Gumbo. I repeat, dude. Some scientist or doctor or smart person, way smarter than me, said that your body is made up of like 80% water. Alright, 60 to 80%. I can't remember the exact numbers, but hey, the information is what's important. Alright, so if your body's made up something, I suggest you probably replenish it. So I drink a lot of water. Alright, I'm the type of person that gets up in the middle of the night and uses the bathroom. If you have a problem with that, get me a guest room. Alright, after we're done spending quality time together, then I'll go to my guest room. Alright, but anyway, with that being said, on a serious note, alright, so it's September 11th, alright, and in America, one of the greatest tragedies happened on September 11th, alright, so my prayers go out to the families that are still, dealing with that. I know, like, Pete Davidson, I believe he lost his dad during that situation and stuff like that, amongst other people, other people that aren't famous, you know what I'm saying? So everybody that, struggled through that scenario, my condolences continues to, be there for you, as well as everybody else is going through something in life. Everybody goes through something in life. Now, with that being said, man, let's talk about soda pop bullshit. That's what I call it. All right. There is no poster, dad, for soda pop bullshit. All right. But not to mention, let me state this. All right. I'm not picking on nobody. Somebody can put me in that bubble, and I'll be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not gonna be mad about something that's not me. Right? At the end of the day, people label you from afar all the time anyway. So what does it matter what people say, dude? People that get in their feelings about things and be like ready to go to war over being called something or be a label something, they possibly might be that label. I'm just saying. But anyway, if somebody called you a turd, like, you're a turd, and you know that you're not a turd, dude, obviously you're a person, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get mad about it. You're going to be like, dude, a turd is in the toilet, alright? What are you talking about? You're funny though, ha ha ha, type of thing. But people get in their feelings when the truth comes out, because the truth hurts, and that's a fact. So with that being said, I do a lot of reminiscing about things. Whatever happens to you in life forms you. It gives you, layers. It forms you into the person that you are. Alright, nobody's a perfect person, okay? I was an experiment child. I was a child, not my words, that wasn't wanted. Not my words, alright? I wasn't, my dad's, not my words, alright, at one point in time. Now, with that being said, I'm only talking about this because there's other guys or females in the world that are dealing with this, and it's heavy on their hearts. You know what I'm saying? They can't break the chains of being abused mentally, physically, or whatever. They can't break the chains of that, and then they repeat the cycle. You know what I'm saying? With their kids, which I refuse to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, at some point in time, like, I hated my life as a kid. I was very depressed. Right? I wanted to kill myself. I even told my dad that at one point in time, because he was just too much. He was too much for me. All right. Now, granted, my dad was a young dad, and he was dealing with a lot. So this is not, a shot at my dad. This is to help the future. Okay. My dad did a great job with my brother and sister. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there, okay? But I was the oldest child. I came up through a different time. My brother and sister do not understand, you know what I'm saying, whatever went on behind the scenes, because They lived a different life than I lived. I was the rebellious one that added to it, okay? I'm not going to take my fault in destroying our relationship. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, exclude my choices in destroying our relationship, okay? Not to say that our relationship is in a bad place, but I do not care, okay? I love my dad, but I do not care. And I know that sounds cold, but it's the truth. I stopped caring a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody thought that I hated him. I'm like, I don't hate anybody, but we're different people, all right? And there's certain things. He's a bull, and I'm a bull, all right? And bulls clash. It is what it is. You come up with, you know what I'm saying, you form who you are. I formed into a man without him. I became a man without him. Alright? So my ideologies and what I stand on, I've been standing on when he used to beat me as a kid. I was standing on them then. I'm definitely standing on them now. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I don't love him. That just means that we can't cohabitate. We can't even be neighbors. What you talking about? Anyway, with that being said, certain things that I did not agree with, I did not like as a child. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he always had aggression towards me as a child because I could feel it. I'm the type of person where I feel vibes. You know what I'm saying? And if you tell your child that, you know, they messed your life up, then you don't like your child, dude. You don't love your child. You don't tell your child that you're the reason why I didn't pursue my dreams. No, that's not true. You wasn't good enough to make it in the NFL. Accept that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. If you was that good, you wouldn't have been at CMSU. You would have been at a big university. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that there's nobody, that people aren't good at CMSU, which is Central Missouri State University. I'm not saying that. But in order to make it from a school that small, you better be exceptionally amazing. And he was not. Okay? One, he had brittle ankles. He used to break his ankles all the time. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with that being said, little things, dude. Little things like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a good relationship with your son, you know what I'm saying? That your child, do not tell them they're the reason why you didn't make it in life, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's a whole lot of weight to put on a kid. You know what I'm saying? A kid is automatically gonna think they're the worst kid on earth. You know what I'm saying? Especially, alright, you know, my brother and sister are named after him. I am not. I have a totally different name. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I was named by my auntie, God rest her soul. You know what I'm saying? And I was born into my grandparents' house on my mom's side. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason that it was a spike in between our relationship, because he felt like I was more like my mom's side of the family. I'm like, yeah, I probably am. I'm a lot more loving and a lot more forgiving than you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you've never forgave me for a few things. One, I'd say I've never been a hater before. All right, I got to take that back. All right, one time I hated on my dad when I was a kid, when I was a baby. He never forgave me for that. I told my mom that he had a girl in the car with him. I'm like 3 years old, dude. You know what I'm saying? He never forgave me about that. I heard about that up until I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? My grandma told me. Apparently, my grandma was the one who told me, "It's like, dude, don't tell your mom stuff like that." I said, "No problem." And his mom told me not to say that. I said, "No problem," because I listened to my grandma, because she's the one who actually claimed me. His mom is the only one that claimed me. Everybody else was saying that I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, his. So, you know, with that being said, you know, yeah, I listened to her. I told him to go take a walk off the pier a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Never to return back to my life again. My grandma, once again, had to be the mediator and call me to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Asked me to forgive him again. And that's the only reason I did. I was done with him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest. I was done with him. I was like, dude, do not call my phone again. have a great life. I didn't even curse him out. I told him to have a great life. And it was like I shot him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you know, I'm serious. I'm serious about that stuff. If a person doesn't add to your life, they take away from your life. I don't care if they're a good Samaritan, dude. If they do not add to your life, then they take from your life. All right? Even if it's your peace. Your peace is the most important thing. Okay? Especially if you have your future in your hands and you're building for your family, dude. Anybody that's bringing any negative energy your way, you need to get rid of them. I don't care who it is. I don't care if he came from their nutsack. I do not care. As far as I'm concerned, you're a sperm donor. Alright? I'm not saying that he was never there for me. I never said that. But as far as the span of life that I've lived versus the time that he was there for me, get the hell out of here. Okay? And if you can't be honest about that, then you don't need to talk to me. Period. And I'm not talking directly at him, as I state before. This is not for you. This is not for me. This is for the future. Now, with that being said, another thing that's some soda pop bullshit. He used to get mad at me because I used to drink his chocolate milk. Alright? And, you know, like, who puts chocolate milk in a refrigerator knowing you have kids and say that you can't have none? You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, the thing of it is the, you know, my baby brother and sister, they was like real young, so they didn't want none. I'm the only one that's in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the house a lot of times by myself, dude. I'm in the 3rd grade in the house by myself all the time. I'm waking up, I'm getting myself ready to go to school, catching a bus. I'm fighting kids in the neighborhood to go to school. I get sick. I have to stay home by myself and take care of myself all day, while my brother and sister are a babysitter. All right, and then you get mad at me because I drink your chocolate milk. So what I used to do is I used to put white milk in the chocolate milk. Right? I would drink the chocolate milk, some of it, all right, and then I would put white milk in the chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? To try to, and he was like, I can taste it. I know somebody's drinking my chocolate milk. Soda pop bullshit, man.